So this is a follow-up on the AS9J4S V6 engine I went to market to purchase yesterday. Oh, by the way, today is 9th of November 2025, which is Sunday. It's about 11 a.m. or so now. So the car yesterday, Saturday, so yeah, 11:30 a.m. So I was at the market, recent markets to buy engines. So, but what, and I've shared the or published the video online. But what people don't know is there are videos that are or scenes of the video. There are some aspect of the video that I just couldn't include on the public video because of no audio, distorted audio, which was very important, especially about 2 or 3 part of the videos that I captured that ought to be in that video. Number one was the person I first showed was not the person I ended up buying engine from. If you pay attention, you could remember in that video I mentioned what's that his name? Jeku, So that the engine I wanted to buy is somewhere else. So I'll need to go and check on the condition of the engine before I could decide whether to buy or not. So when I checked, the engine was it's ES9J4S, but a different engine code, something about LT something. So I don't know why I did it. I actually took a video of it, but I did not take picture of it. So the engine was not actually meant purely for petrol. ES9J4S, but for something else. It was meant to run with another fuel, or together with petrol, another fuel. On the intake manifold, I could tell was either it was meant to run with CNG, or what's the name of this other type of fuel? Trying to remember. I could see that it was from factory, not necessarily that was something the previous owner added. It wasn't done in Nigeria. Like I said, this is factory. So intake manifold showed this was meant for a different system, and the engine code on the engine itself also showed it was meant to run with something else as well. Is it not biodiesel, bioflex or something like that? I know some Peugeot cars, they produce that kind of engine. They call it bioflex or flex something. I don't know. So I just didn't want to go ahead to buy it. Nothing wrong with the engine, but I'm saying physically. But for you to have that system, no, what I want is SFS. And then the second, so because of that, I had to now leave because that one was in Gudu. I had to now go elsewhere, all the way from Gudu to Zuba. Wow, I had a contact there too. At the moment, all my contacts inside the town did not have the ES9J4S. That's good, except that one I told you guys I saw at Good. So I went to Zuba. The man had about 3 that I saw, so I picked one. So the one that you guys saw when they brought out the engine was actually at Zuba, not Gudu. So now at Gudu, while I was checking, and I saw someone has it has some good engines that was which I also captured in video, but it didn't show. Very important engines for 301 users. That man had like 4. You see that EC5 engine, EC5, I hope that's the correct one. I'm trying to remember. EC5 is the 4-cylinder engine you find in 301. That one that looks like a TU5JP4 engine that is common in 307. It's 1.6 liters. So that's EC5. It's a VTI engine. It has 4 of them direct foreign use, which we call Tukumbo. 4, not Nigeria use, nothing. And they also have cylinder head. Some people purchased the engine block and they didn't buy it with the cylinder head. Remember, the most important part of that engine in Nigeria is the engine block. That's one that normally fails. The only time your cylinder head may give up is like oil starvation, timing belt cut, valve may damage the cylinder head in the process. So it has also cylinder heads in case maybe you need a cylinder head, your own is already noisy or has a problem, you can go and buy separately, or you need the full engine. So I won't do this combination Nigeria do, where they will buy engine block of TU5 JP4 engine and join it with the EC5 cylinder head from 301. So this is full one. So 4 of them I saw with my own eyes, not just what he told me. And then the 301 again, that's the EB engine. Is it EB2? The 3-cylinder engine you find in Peugeot 301 as well. It has one, foreign use. It's there, So it's just the thing. I took the picture, video of it, but when I was now going through the videos, no audio. I'll mention why later. And some other things about these are like 3 or 4 videos I captured. It was a mess. Now the reason why there was no audio was because in this particular case, I decided to use a microphone because I knew it was going to the market, it would be noisy, this and that. And people always complaining, "Hey, Lion King is not using microphone, we can't hear him." The way I'm talking now, "Hey, can't hear him." Always, you can never satisfy a human being. They always have something to complain. I've had microphone for many years, different types. You guys have no idea how much I spent on getting microphones. I can't even remember. Minimum, I will tell you right now, I spent on acquiring microphone like 600,000 or 700,000 naira. I use most people use their phone, but most times I use my dedicated cameras for doing all these videos you guys see me do. The other two, those two are pure Sonia cameras. One is even camcorder. You can go and look it up. A53. Is it AS53? Go and look it up. Sony AF53. I hope I got the model wrong. I bought this thing how many years ago? I don't know, 2016, 2017. I don't know. Probably if it's still available, it will be over $1 million, probably 2 million. Very quite expensive at that time. And then also the action camera, Sony, you see FDS 3000R or something. It's an action camera. I think that's their last action camera. I mean, you guys, you need to see the quality of this video. It's just that unfortunately the videos I upload are not the same quality of what I captured. When I play them on my system, man, it'd be like, Sony, when it comes to stuff like this, unfortunately, what's it called? The microphones you see on the market, their ports, they don't work with this Sony distance. Their own is not like USB that is almost on all phones, all cameras, everything. So now those ones, their microphone that works on them, they are not very few available. So when you just be trying, you buy this one. There are some I purchased, it was even worse. What I mean worse is, I don't have loud voice, so some, they made my voice terrible. So some better. So I keep buying. But you go and look at the people that purchase, do a review of that. It will sound okay, in those videos. It'll be like, okay, maybe this one will be okay for me, for my voice. Only for me to order it and be bad. I'll try it once, or I may not even bother to use it. So because of that, the last one I purchased, I think I did a video of that, was like 200,000 or so, between 150. I can't remember. Ordered it, I think, from Lagos. Other ones I've been buying from outside Nigeria, some from Nigeria. The last one I ordered, I spent about 200,000 naira. That's the one I use recently. That's whenever I want to use, that's the one I use as far as microphone is concerned. However, it still has a problem of getting to the end of the camera. So it couldn't enter very well. So I now had to buy another adapter that can work with the microphone, so I can be able to slot in on the camera, these two cameras. But the problem now is still, you know, that's why sometimes, especially when I'm working on cars, I don't bother with the microphone, because of the nature of the slot and the microphone and the adapter that, these three components. So it makes it sometimes not stable where it's slotted on the camera. So that was what happened in these videos. As I was talking about the explaining, even showing the owner, discussing the prices and the rest, I didn't know that it was just cutting on and off. Audio was just doing on and off. You couldn't even hear anything, because I was focusing on talking to the person. Didn't know that the audio it was showing on the screen, but I wasn't looking at the screen. So because of that, it was pointless. Why publish something that didn't work? So if I had known, I would have just used the normal, the camera own microphone. Worst case, one thing people sometimes prefer to listen to watch videos without using their earpiece or listen so that we hear. In my own case, I think the only option, if I'm not using microphone, it will be easier for you to put microphone, to put earpiece to be able to hear me, especially if I'm in a noisy place. But will you hear me? You will. Yes, I don't have a loud voice, but you will hear me. If I use the camera microphone, you will. It's just that people are so lazy and entitled that even when they have opportunity to learn something, they will still want you to do it the way they would like. It's not as if they are paying you for that, or that they paid you money to even share that, educate them on that thing. Everybody, well, it's your loss, guys. I know some people would have benefited from that video, but the reason why I wanted to do this video is just to let people know that these engines are actually available here in Abuja. They are. You could say Abuja is not it's not Zuba, it's not Abuja, but technically, well, not technically, you could just say, well, it's just a bordering town, So I would still say call it Abuja, even though it's not in Abuja, So because kind of a distance from its town to that place. So if you are looking for that engine, you can get it here in Abuja. Because they are not, I know for years people have been searching, they won't be able to find that engine. That's why it's not led to these conversions people are doing. Sometimes they don't do it right, sometimes they give. It'll be difficult. Let me tell you, if you're in the market to buy a 301, take this from me for free. 99% of 301 you see in Nigeria for sale or in the market. Okay, let me not say I'm exaggerating. You could say maybe 97%. Okay, I'm going too much. 95%, because it's still more than 90%. About 95%, as long as the engine, that engine has been used for a long time in Nigeria. Considering that Nigerians like abusing engine, they will remove the thermostat and do all those things. 95% of the chance that engine is no longer the factory one. They've done that combination or conversion. They removed the engine block and use a TU5JP4+. So they are not actually. There are some I've driven. They show some symptoms which affect the way the car drive, the engine performed when they do that kind of conversion. There are some I drove, diagnosed. They drove well, did well, but once in a while they'll just misbehave, We should start wondering, where is this acting up coming from? Is it because of the conversion? So my point is, people are doing that, not necessarily because the other one is more expensive, the actual engine. They are doing it because they are not even available. Now somebody has that engine fully used. I was even surprised. So what else? Likewise, the 3-cylinder one as well, which is also, they are hard to get because they were not sold in Europe, at least the major European countries. So that's why they don't come in as a foreign use. You can only get them from Asia. So these people that got them, probably they ship them from Asia, especially that man, or however. Even in Lagos, sometimes call, they won't be available. Most times, not sometimes, most times it still won't be available in Lagos. Only once in a while that it comes up, So that's the most important part of that video that you guys would have enjoyed, especially people who are interested in buying a 301 or already have one and they're having engine issues and want to put a factory correct engine in their 301, whether it's the 3-cylinder one or the 4-cylinder one. Okay, so that's it. So concerning my microphone, the microphone is not the problem. I don't have any choice. It's just that as far as it works with adapter, so I may have to look for another adapter, because once I touch it, the only time the adapter works well is if I don't touch it. That's the microphone. If I don't touch the camera, I leave it on a tripod. But in that case, I have to, it's inside market, moving up and down from good market to supermarket, going inside the market. In fact, if you have seen that video, you could see I was moving the engine, showing some part of the engine, the gearboxes on there and the rest. So as I was doing that, the microphone was just going on and off on the camera, not on the one I kept on myself. I plug on myself, which is actually the microphone. The other one is like the receiver. So that receiver was acting up, So and also I would say change your camera because of microphone. Go and buy. You hear how much this camera has cost. You understand? You are not talking about 100, not 500. Right now, good cameras are in millions. That's how it is because of Nigerian currency. So unless you have a good phone, but then the problem is, people who are actually dedicated in content creation who have the time for editing. I don't. It's usually really at night when I'll be so tired from the daily work, or weekend, which like Sunday now you can see me. Saturdays most times I'll be busy working on dealing with car related issues. So there's someone that needs to now have time or now have to contract it out. So if not, yeah, you can now consider maybe using your phone mostly as captioning things. But man, so trust me, if you see the quality, man, unfortunately, because it affects the sizes of these things, of these videos I use for those. Right now I'm using my phone to capture this, but if you watch the other one, the one I use with those Sony cameras, man. So I now had to resize it, do all those things, which distort the quality, reduce the quality. But I also know there's a way you can do it without affecting it, but then you need to get some of these video editing softwares. It's not as if I don't have, but there are some that can handle it better. We should start spending quite an amount of money, yearly, monthly, So those are the things one will have to look at. But still, you need to have time to be able to edit these kind of videos so that the quality remains the same. So we'll see. Just man, to give up on those Sony cameras, I don't know, man. It's not as if I won't get another one in future, but man. Okay, so that's the information I wanted to share. So hope it makes sense. And alright, so like the video, subscribe to the channel, and look out for the next one.